Hey guys, so we're back again for another video connecting the MerryMart IPO, which as you all know is happening in the next few weeks. But as you can see in the title of the video, you're seeing Double Dragon IPO revisited, because over the past few days also I got so many questions from all of you somehow connecting the two, no, Double Dragon and MerryMart, because a lot of people are saying that there are some things that are present in the MerryMart IPO that's similar to the Double Dragon IPO. So a lot of people are trying to somehow peg that, hey, if there are things that are somehow similar, will it move in the same fashion as what happened to Double Dragon? So I'm gonna talk more details about Double Dragon. I'm gonna talk more about the charts. I'm gonna talk more about its IPO. Did Double Dragon also move very fast in its first day, then went straight up? Because what's talked about in Double Dragon is it started with an IPO at 2 pesos, then it went all the way to 80 pesos. Was there time in between from its move from 2 to 80, or did it have to consolidate at some period of time? How long did it take before it hit the 80 peso level? So some of the things that are inherent, no, that are causing comparisons to people is right from the get-go. Number one, it's Edgar Sia. As you all know, MerryMart, Edgar Sia, Sia, Double Dragon, Sia as well. Then it's relatively small float. MerryMart has a small float when it gets out of the get out during the after the IPO, similar to Double Dragon. Their market cap are both relatively small. And a lot of people are comparing MerryMart IPO 1 peso per share at the IPO, Double Dragon 2 peso per share. So people have this tendency to think that since they're similar, there might be some movements, or it may somehow follow. But please also remember, no, for those who compared Golden Haven, which was a Manny Villar stock, to All Home, which was also a Manny Villar stock, people were begging that, hey, since Golden Haven moved up massively, this might also happen to All Home. But as you can see, it's not the same, and we're gonna talk more about that. By the way, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Marvin Germo. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I create daily videos about investing, about the stock market, with one goal in mind: to give you as much information so that you can decide properly when it comes to your investments, for you to decide properly when it comes to your money. So if you want to know more about the stock market and you're new to this, appreciate it if you could press the subscribe button somewhere there and hit the bell, so that every time I create new videos, you get updated. And if you've been coming back for this channel over the past few weeks and months, appreciate it also if you could hit the like or the thumbs up, so that the YouTube algorithm shows this to more and more people. Now, before I go to the charts, at the back end of this video, we're going to talk about the charts of Double Dragon from the time it started all the way to its grand move up. But I just want to give you a couple of things, no, that happened during the Double Dragon IPO. As you all know, I've mentioned it at the start. It started with 2 pesos per share. The offer size was at 1.16 billion. And one thing that's so interesting about this, though, is it was 14 times oversubscribed. And if you would try to see in the past stocks that have moved up versus stocks that really didn't move much at all, one of the inherent things that were so clear about them was they were oversubscribed. And for Double Dragon, it was 14 times oversubscribed. Now, during the IPO, they created 579 million shares, if I remember it properly. And once they started to sell it at 2 pesos per share, it gave a market cap of 4.46 billion pesos. And that being said, they had around 26% sold to the market, and as 100 minus 26, there was 74% left for the founders, for Injap, Tonitan, Katyong. The market cap during the IPO was 4.46 billion. Its current market cap today, given its current price, is at 40 billion pesos. Now, let's look at the charts. Let's see what happened during the IPO date. So comment below, guys, if you're learning. By the way, if you guys have any other questions connected to Double Dragon and also connected to MerryMart, put them in the comment section, and I'm going to try to make a couple of videos still right before the IPO would happen, so that you guys get, I guess, you get as much information as possible when it comes to MerryMart, and so that we can make as much videos also connecting MerryMart and Double Dragon. So this is the largest move that happened to Double Dragon. It was around 2016, no, when intraday it touched somewhere close to, if I remember properly, somewhere around 80 pesos. But let's try to zoom in there so you guys get to see it. So as you can see, this was the large day move. I remember it like clockwork. Na everyone was so excited. June 9, 2016. So it's close to its 4-year anniversary already, where it made its massive move with an intraday high of 80 pesos. But as what I mentioned, it was only an intraday high. It dropped to 70 pesos per share June on the same day. Now, if you remember the start of the video, I mentioned that the IPO was at 2014. So it took nearly 2 years from 2 pesos to its all-time high, intraday high of 80 pesos per share and the close of 70 pesos, which is evidently seen here. But let's zoom in first to the IPO date so you have bigger context of what's going on as well. So there. So from the IPO, you will basically see this. April 7, 2008, large move up. You saw the stock close at 2.985%. I want to put in volume here. And as you can see, the next 2 days, there was heavy, massive volume, large value turnover, large interest for the stock. So it closed on the first day at 2.985, close to 3 pesos per share. Then on the second day, April 8, 2014, it closed at 3.8. I remember it had an intraday high, pushing up past 4, and as you can see, it's right over here. It hit 4.398. But there, so from 2 all the way up to 3.8 pesos per share after the IPO happened. But here's what people don't talk about as much. People talk always about the 2 pesos to 80 peso move. But if you see it here, volume started to drop. That's why for those who attended our Stock Smart sessions, please do notice I place a high precedence on volume, because volume is very important, especially if you want to analyze stocks, and especially if you want to put technical analysis in the grand scheme of how you would analyze it. Anyways, let's go back to this. So looking at the charts, it started to consolidate a bit. Then right after the 20-day moving average started to come out and it broke out also of this resistance level, then you started to see it move up. That's why technical analysis is so interesting, because as technical analysis is so interesting, you don't actually have to buy it sometimes at the IPO, because you will always have an opportunity still. So please take note of this. The breakout here, which happened a month after May 6, even if you did not come in during the IPO, but you saw and spotted the breakout from this consolidation level to its to a point where it hit around 9 pesos per share, you would have still been up 128%. In a month's time, it hit around 9 pesos May 20. So just a few weeks after you had that large move. Now, after that, as you all know, from 2 to 9 to 10 pesos per share, intraday, no, it hit 10 pesos. So every time you hear me talk about Double Dragon, having an intraday push, having an intraday move to 10 pesos, hitting 10 pesos was because it had a move intraday at 10 pesos. And this was 2014. What's so interesting is it feels like it's a long time already. 2014 is quite a long time ago, but I remember it's still very vivid from where we are right now. I remember also 2014, no, SSI did an IPO and it also moved up. Then after it moved up until 11, and then it started to go down already. But anyways, the focus is Double Dragon for this video. So after this, as you can see here, it started to move sideways already. It started to consolidate, which is normal for a lot of stocks. So the consolidation range and the consolidation level was from here. You had a grand support at 7 pesos. Then you have another one at 8. Then if I'll place this higher level, you have another resistance at 10. So from a support and resistance level, Double Dragon, 7 pesos. Next resistance from that consolidation was 8. Then the next resistance was at the 10 peso level. Now, zooming out further, as you can see this, it consolidated right here, May 2024. If you look at it, almost 11 months or almost 10 to 11 months before it broke out again from this next resistance level. So from 7 to 8, it took it almost a year, then it started to break out. So it just confirms the stuff that I've been saying, that sometimes you don't really have to capture every move, because you will always have an opportunity later on. The market will always give you an opportunity. The market will always give you a shot on when you can start coming in. The market will always give you a narrative, no, that you can somehow position, and you can also come in later when it's more favorable for you. So at this point in time, it was moving sideways. There wasn't really a very compelling move for the stock. So either you would have stayed away, or if you're a quick trader, you could have traded this range. But for people who like to buy on breakout moves, the breakout point was somewhere around here, the 8 peso level, and you could also see all the moving averages started to become bullish at that point in time. Now, after the breakout from 8, it had a quick move, no, from March 27, 2015. It hit the resistance already May 18. So more than a month's level, it moved around from the breakout. It already started to move around 27+%. Then it hit the resistance. After hitting the resistance, it started to go down again, but bounced from the 50-day moving average. Then it started to break out. After the breakout, it consolidated a bit, then broke out again. Then after that, this was, please remember, at that point in time, the 10 peso level was the all-time high. When a stock breaks out from the all-time high, the previous all-time high, which should have been the strong resistance, that now becomes a strong support. And as you can see here, it's very clear. Why? Breakout, boom, move up. It started to retrace because people will take profits, because at the end of the day, when people also have this decent amounts of return, like this one in a quick move, no, they're up almost 90+% already. Selling will happen, and as selling happens, this now becomes the new resistance. As it becomes a new resistance, it starts to retrace back, hits the support August 26, 2015. The support is the 10 peso level, which was the previous resistance, which was the previous all-time high. It was also confirmed by the 100-day moving average, and after that started to bounce. After bouncing, 14 was the resistance, then it broke out from that. After breaking out from that, the rest is history. But as you can see here, there was also a consolidation pattern from the 19 peso level all the way to the 25 peso level. Then you have another consolidation level here from the 35 peso level to the 40 peso level. Then it skyrocketed already in 2016. So as you can see, there are consolidation levels still, even in large moves of certain stocks. So why am I saying this? Does not mean that Double Dragon moved from 2 to 80. That it took them a few days for it to happen. It took almost 2 years. The large moves, if you notice it, large move up, consolidate, then it took more than a year to consolidate, then large move up, then it consolidated here from September 2015 to February 2016. So it was around 5 months consolidation, then large move up, then consolidate, then to where it is right now. So there, let's see now how it will flow for MerryMart. We know, of course, anything in the market, no one has a crystal ball on how it will look. No one has a crystal ball on what the main move of the market will be. No one can predict how it will be on the grand scheme of things. We can just look at history, and we can look at uh, some data points from previous stocks, or some similarities in it, for us to be able to somehow weave and navigate our way for us to be able to decide. But rest assured, no, when they release it for an IPO, I'm gonna quickly update you on its movement, so that at least you guys also have uh, an analysis, and we can also compare it together. And that's what's interesting about the market, is each stock has its own move, each stock has its own variation, and the conditions are different. Please remember, right now we are at a point where the Philippines is just opening up again. That was not the case in 2014. We are just at a scenario, we are just at an era where the whole world is also suffering from the effects of the coronavirus. The whole world is also, each country has its own issues. The US has its own issues right now. Europe has its own issues. Hong Kong has its own issues. We also have our own issues. So the company, the owner, the float, the market cap, the money that they will raise may be similar, but the conditions for it also is different. So there, comment below, what do you think will happen to MerryMart? Will it follow the move of Double Dragon? Large move up, consolidate, large move up again, consolidate, then it will have a large move up, then consolidate, then it starts to retrace again. What will happen to MerryMart? Are you buying also MerryMart based on the videos that I've created? This is my fourth video that connects already to MerryMart. I hope it gives you enough information as possible to help you trade the markets with confidence. So I guess that's it. If you have questions, put them in the comment section and I'll try to make videos for that. I have 5 books, all in the links below. For those who want to grab a copy of my book, they're in Shopee. They can deliver at any part in the Philippines. And then for those who are asking about the Stock Smarts Manila event, most likely it will be third and fourth weekend of June. We will proceed with that with our technical and fundamental analysis sessions. We've coordinated already with SMX. Most likely it will be in SMX MOA, but under the GCQ rules for social distancing and all of the new rules that's part of this new normal. But it's gonna happen. For those who signed up, the team will send you an email about it for all of the new details that will occur for our Stock Smarts Manila event. Then, for those who want to join us, also the link is in the description. For those who want to enroll with my online course with Chinkitan, it's called Stock Market for Everyone. The link is in the description. Also, Make Money, Grow Money with Sean Si. It's an entrepreneurship and investing course. Link is in the description below. Then I have other items from TVs, shoes, products in Lazada are in the description below. Then also some VPNs and security items. They're also there if you want to check it out. You can look at it from the description. And also, I have a new Patreon account. I will be doing a lot of live streams there this June. So most of the Stocks by Request live streams will be in Patreon. For those who want to sign up to that community, you can look at it in the description below. So there. I hope you guys got a lot from this. This video, as you all know, you're seeing this at 8 o'clock. We're having another video at 9. We're having 2 videos today. The 9 o'clock video will be focusing primarily on Bitcoin because I got a lot of questions from you guys also wanting to know more about Bitcoin. And that's what we're going to talk about in the next video at 9 p.m. So I guess that's it for now. I hope that this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.